So listen, on Tuesdays we get to chill out and talk about nothing, which is our forte. And sometimes we get to talk about nothing with some really funny people from all over the world, saying lots of funny things. So tonight is no different. Let me introduce you to our guest tonight because he's sitting by a fire in a bathrobe and maybe a smoking jacket. All right, Kevin James Thornton has built a loyal following with his hilarious, heartfelt, and occasionally cringy moments of self-reflection with a splash of auto-tune about growing up gay in a religious community. He has over 2 million followers on Instagram and TikTok with combined views nearing 1 billion. From 2009 to 12, he toured 3 successful one-man shows nationwide to theater festivals and comedy clubs where Showbiz Chicago said the performance was intimate brilliance, and NUVO Indianapolis said it was memorable and moving. He has been featured in the Huffington Post, The Advocate, the Yorker and Cosmopolitan, and was featured in a piece on NPR's All Things Considered. Currently, his TV special Be Yourself is on Amazon Prime and Apple TV, and he's gearing up for another full year of live shows in 25. Please help me welcome Kevin James Thornton. There he is.
Oh, hello. There's the fire. I can't believe you just told everyone I'm gay. What is my mom going to think?
Wow. It's so weird. Michelle wrote it in big letters. So you're joining us from where tonight in your cozy little spot there?
I just settled into my room in Buffalo, New York. I have a tub with Epsom salts on the thing. And so I just got in it. I don't know if that was a mistake or not, because I also am pretty tired because I've been traveling all day.
Yeah.
But I got in the tub with the salts and laid there for like 30 minutes.
No, you should never get in the tub.
You shouldn't?
No.
Why?
No, I travel a lot too. Never get in the tub.
What do I have to go to the doctor?
You have stuff now. You're gonna need a vaccine.
Oh no.
No, it does. You know what? The only time I'll maybe consider getting into the tub is that if it's at like a 5-star or something.
But I'm in a Hampton Inn.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You know as well as I do. I walked into one place, Kevin, and I was like, from the outside, I was like, I don't think I should stay here. I don't think anybody should stay here. And then I was with another comic and they were checking in. And the whole time I'm patting him on the back. He was like, what? He's like, hold on. I'm like, no, we got to talk about something. He's like, what? I was like, hold on. And I go, there's a pizza vending machine in the lobby. And I've never seen that before. And he was like, it's fine. And then we tried to get a pizza from the pizza vending machine and it was broken. And I was like, that sounds right. And then the sink for the like room was next to the bed, not in the bathroom. Yeah.
Where was this? What city?
I don't know. I think I blocked it out.
Sounds like Las Vegas to me.
No, it wasn't Vegas. Oh, worse things happened in Vegas, but yeah, no.
It's hard to get a good room in Las Vegas.
It is.
You even think like, okay, I'm going to spend a little more money to get a nice room, and you show up and it's still not a nice room.
Still not nice. No. But I go with Michelle. You met sexy producer Michelle. Like if she has a corporate gig, then you know it'll be fun.
Okay. What is happening?
I love cuckoo clocks, and a friend of mine named Jim, he's here. He fixed my cuckoo clock, and so it now cuckoos.
That's great. I
feel like your face means it's not great, and that you're like, whose show am I on right now?
My grandmother had a cuckoo clock, and I always begged her to and it wasn't just like hers, like this little man came out of a door and like came around.
Went around. Yeah. I got to get one of those.
I loved it.
Where is it?
My grandma, she's dead.
No, the clock. You didn't say like, I want the clock. You didn't do that.
No, so I was pretty young when she died, and we all went to the funeral, and then we went to her apartment, and there was like a real somber moment, and one by one, everyone was like, oh, these dishes. Oh, you should have those dishes. Like everyone kind of went like real slowly went around and like, you know what, you should take those, whatever. And then like 5 minutes later, it was mayhem, and everyone was just like stuffing stuff in their bag.
Who got the clock?
I don't know. I was like 12, so I didn't have the authority to.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you know this. So that clock was my grandmom's, and it was fixed at one point, but my dog ripped it off the wall and launched it across the room. So I thought it was dead. So I just got this cuckoo clock this week. It's very exciting. And then there was another clock that I got from down the shore, is a whole thing. So I have a thing for cuckoo clocks.
Okay.
And so we Googled it last night, Kevin. Do you know what you call somebody that has a thing for cuckoo clocks? There's
no idea. I was gonna even try to make something up, and I don't
yeah, you couldn't make it up better than what it is. It is, you are called a horologist. You drop the W. There's no W, but otherwise basically the same, all the horse. And that is somebody who likes clocks and likes to collect clocks.
Clocks? Okay.
Clocks.
Is this a kid's show? I don't know.
Clocks.
Okay.
Different.
I have, this thing happens to me. So I make like little internet stories.
Yes,
and there's an animator who takes my stories and makes cartoons out of it. A whole bunch.
Love it.
So it weirdly brings this kid audience to me. And I have to actively fight people to not try to bring kids to my show. And I'm filthy. I'm a filthy kid.
Are you? Because on the internet, you're not filthy.
Because I'll get banned on TikTok. I can't say those things.
Oh, I like you so much more.
Oh, really?
I was like, he seems like a lovely person. But now that I know that you're kind of a horologist as well.
Yeah.
What time is your show on Sunday?
And it's like 7:00, I think. 7:00.
If you hear cuckoo in the audience, that's me.
That's you. Okay.
That's me with one of my clocks.
I didn't know you're supposed to be drinking. I took the Epsom salt bath. I DoorDashed a pizza. I haven't touched it. And a bottle of wine. It's over there.
Go get it. Get it. That's what Tipsy Tuesday is. That's why it's called Tipsy.
Really?
Yeah, go get it.
Okay. That's okay? Yeah. I'm not wearing pants. So I'm going to get up really carefully.
I'm liking you more and more by the minute. We can see you in the mirror.
No!
Oh, did you get that pizza from the pizza vending machine in the lobby by any chance?
No, I'm in Buffalo, so I also got some wings.
Okay, good. Look, so we make a lot of T-shirts, Kevin, and one of the girls.
Oh, I think I just flashed your audience. Hold on. There's no wine glasses in here, so I have to use that.
Obviously, this is the best show we've ever done so far.
Is it?
Yeah. I feel like Kevin is on QVC trying to sell that mirror on the fireplace while he is sitting to the side. He's like, this mirror would look great at your place. You'd be wearing pants, though, so that's the difference.
I would. Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a chat involved with this? I can't see it.
Oh, there is a chat. If you pull your phone up and you go to my Facebook page, you'll see the chat there. But I don't think you can see it as a person.
No, that's okay.
That's on it. Mm-hmm. Suzanne was like, shoot, I looked down. Oh, well, you missed it. You missed it. Mm-hmm. Melanie said, I love Kevin. All right, so I'm supposed to ask you questions. All right. Okay. So I did a lot of research on you. So I'll tell you what I know and you fill in the blanks. So you started out as a musician. What did you play?
I played the guitar.
Something sexy.
I played the guitar. Well,
very sexy.
Is it? Okay.
Did you play in high school?
Yes.
Guitar?
Yes. In band. I was, no, not like the school band.
Oh.
In a rock band.
You wanted to make sure you differentiated because some of us that were in the band thought that was equally cool.
I was also in the school band, but in the school band I played the clarinet, which is super gay. Not as gay as the flute, but it's pretty.
That is true. Now, let me ask you, if you were to think back, because we're about a year apart, if you were to think back and be like, what is the sexiest instrument Dina could play in the band that would like really set her up for life? That you'd be like, she was in the band, so there's a certain level of dorky, but like what instrument would be like, the worst possible, dorky, but
The worst?
sexy.
Sexy but dorky? Okay. The tuba?
I wish I did now. Worse.
The
Really long.
glockenspiel?
Oh, you got it on the second try.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I love that you know the name and that you realize how sexy it was. Well,
It
it's
is.
not tuba. It's obviously second runner-up glockenspiel. So we have that in common. So you are a guitar player and a clarinetist. And then your dreams is to be in a band and you moved to Nashville.
Yeah.
How old were you then?
That was right out of college.
Okay. So you
And I took way too long to finish college. I took like over 6 years to do it.
Oh, okay.
I didn't really want to be there. I kept dropping out.
Okay.
And then
All right.
Then
so
I finished.
around 32, you moved to Nashville.
Kind of, yeah.
All right. And then it doesn't go the way you want it.
Well, I mean, we got super close.
Super close.
Yeah, we signed some deals and record deals were in the works.
Okay.
Everyone around us got famous and we did not. And it was
so why you needed a glockenspiel.
I know.
From New Jersey.
Yeah.
That's your problem.
That's
so
what they told me. They said, you're missing a glockenspiel. Get out of our office.
That's a note.
Yeah.
So how does one go from that guy in Nashville to comedian, funny guy touring around the country with no pants on?
When our record deal was falling apart, a bunch of us went to the Ryman Auditorium, which is the original Grand Ole Opry.
Yes, we went there last.
You did? Oh,
yeah.
Isn't it cool?
Of us. We took a trip. 80 people from our community flew out to Nashville. We all met there and had pictures in Ryman.
Isn't it super fun? Yeah.
So beautiful. Go ahead.
And we saw Eddie Izzard. And at the time, it was now there's Susie Izzard, I believe, but at the time it was Eddie Izzard. And I'd never quite seen anything like that. And they just talked for 2 hours and it was amazing and hilarious. And I walked out of the Ryman Auditorium that day and I was like, that's what I want to do.
Really?
And I was like 33 years old at that point.
Yeah, I was 30 when I started. We're late bloomers. Yeah, we're late bloomers.
I am totally.
So where did you start? What city?
So I had just met this guy, super hot. Not even my type, but he was like
hot. Not your type?
No, hot is my different. I mean, hot. There's different kinds of hot.
There's glockenspiel hot. And got it.
Yes, he was like 6'3" and blonde and muscly and like a real like type. Yeah. He almost looked like a what?
Ken doll? Ken.
Even like weirdly manlier than that. I don't know.
Okay.
That's not what I would go for now. But anyway, at the time, I just kind of got swept off my feet by him. Okay. And my record deal was falling apart in Nashville and we were just being crazy. And I was like, let's move to Los Angeles. I'm going to be a stand-up comedian. And I don't know what you're going to do, but I'm going to be a stand-up comedian. And we moved together to LA. We moved into a tiny studio apartment in West Hollywood. It was the worst year of my life.
Really?
I think you're frozen.
No, I was frozen, but now I'm back. I was frozen like this for like a second, but I was glad because most of the time I'm frozen like that. So it's good. I'm listening.
So I moved to LA and I took a stand-up comedy class. I was hanging out at the Comedy Store every night, and just started working my way onto. I mean, I really started at the Comedy Store. I just hung out every single night until everyone kind of knew who I was.
Yeah.
And then I started going up and. Wow. And then my life fell apart because that man I moved in with was an abusive alcoholic.
So now you do stand up for years, but you, like myself, randomly start making videos. And you kind of blew up in the pandemic?
Yeah.
So tell me about that.
I did that like almost 2 years in LA. At the Comedy Store a lot. I had a decent amount of material. And so I went on the road not super good and not selling tickets,
Yeah,
but
no.
I did that for like 3 years.
Yeah.
Broke, miserable,
Yeah.
questioning my life choices.
All of
Yep.
them.
And then I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not even happy. I have no money. I don't want to do this anymore.
No more.
Yeah. And then I just started experimenting with other things. I started making YouTube videos and just random things. So I really blew up like the beginning of the pandemic on TikTok.
On TikTok.
And I didn't think, I wasn't trying to do anything. I didn't even know it just happened. And
The best. And
I know.
so did you blow up? Because you guys, it's so funny because I went to your website. I've seen a bunch of your things and you look really different in all your stuff to me. I was just like, I won't know that I would recognize, but you're most famous for, is it the auto-tune stuff?
Yeah, for sure.
So people, if you're watching, you may recognize Kevin from the auto-tune. Yeah, so he's always got those.
It was the 90s.
What made you do the auto-tune thing?
I was just, so my niece was on TikTok and we were all at home, pandemic. And my niece was like, kept sending me TikTok videos. And I'm like, I don't know what that is. I can't look at it. It's I'm not on that wavelength.
Yeah.
But someone sent me a video of just like someone telling a funny story. And I was like, I could do that.
Yeah.
But my story was pretty depressing and dark. So I'm like, and I had that weird effect on my phone. So I'm like, I'm going to sing this really terrible story. And it got like 1 million views in like 2 days. That's the best. And so I made another one. And then I, at one point, just randomly said it was the 90s. And everyone in the comments was like, it was the 90s. It just happened.
So funny. Now, I went and watched your video on on seahorses. And literally the way you explain seahorse, right?
Sea monkeys?
Sea monkeys. But they're seahorses, right? Essentially.
Yes. I don't know.
Yes, so. But sea monkeys. And yeah, like if you tried to explain that to kids, you're like in the picture, they look really happy on the back of the magazine. Mm-hmm. What was that magazine where you had to circle everything?
Oh, I think there was more than one of those. Yeah, I remember mailing things in for like a whoopee cushion or
but it was a series of these magazines and you'd circle pictures. They'll know what it is. Highlights.
Yeah.
Highlights. And they would be on the sea monkey pictures would be on the back of those as well. But yeah, you would get them and then they would just come in.
They're disgusting.
Just a dry package. You're like, where are they?
They come what?
Like when you would get this package, I'm like, but where are they? My mom's like,
right. Oh, did you ever do it? They do come to life, but they're nasty. They're just gross little.
Yeah. They didn't look anything like the picture.
No.
Mm-mm.
So terrible.
But you also talk about your ultra conservative upbringing. So tell us, how does that get into it? Because you're talking about the 90s, you're telling your stories, which you're obviously good at. How do you start? Because that stuff is really funny.
Yeah, and that's so the first auto-tune story I did, it was something super, it wasn't really funny. It was about me realizing I'm gay in youth group and how no one's going to, it was that kind of material. I'm like, this is not really funny. It's actually kind of sad. But if I sing it, and I don't know. In high school, I went to a super conservative, very strict, backward, all the things. So that was me as a teenager, but not since then. I mean, that was like 30 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm not still a Christian, you guys. I don't think I'm a Christian.
Because your stories about that time are so funny. Like, do you ever hear from because usually those classes, there's 7 people in the class. Like, do you ever hear from people that you went to school with?
What classes? What are you talking about?
It was just the church. So yeah, I have a friend who had an
like a Scientologist.
Well, yeah, but it was a ultra conservative church, but there was a school with it, and there were 7 people in the class. So, but that's not you.
I just went to regular high school,
regular high school.
Yeah,
got it. But this was the church thing. All right. All right. So you talk a lot about your personal experiences. Do you ever change the names of people, or you just
you do? Yeah, I try to not reveal identities.
I was gonna say, those people that you're talking about know you're talking about them, even if do they ever reach out to people?
Not really. I'm surprised too. I mean, because I don't know. I don't really care. I don't really want to talk to any of them, but I'm surprised that they haven't.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, I've said some salacious things
Mm,
on the internet.
I love it.
I just showed my naked thighs on this show
Fantastic.
moments ago.
I got a lot of thumbs up.
Oh, okay.
A lot of thumbs up.
All right.
Yeah. You might, yeah. You're fun. Let's see. So
Are my teeth turning red already?
your eyes are gorgeous. Everybody's talking about your eyes. So, so you're on the road. How many weeks are you on the road a lot?
I don't really do it like that.
No?
No. I mean, I'm doing about 75 cities this year.
Okay, that's a lot.
Yeah, but I don't do weekends. I do like one night only things. So like tomorrow night I'm at Helium in Buffalo, but it's just one show. Maybe an early show and a late show if it like sells really well, but I'm in and out. Yeah.
So Charlene said, where are you playing in Buffalo? Charlene's up there.
At Helium.
Oh, at Helium up
Helium
there.
Comedy Club. But yeah, I do like a couple cities and then I go home. And then I do a couple cities and I go home.
So the Sunday night that you're doing in Philly, is that the beginning of you going out again then?
No, well, so tonight or tomorrow's in Buffalo, and then I'm in Long Island on Saturday, Philly on Sunday, Baltimore on Tuesday, and then I go home.
Oh, got it. Yeah, we have some Baltimore people.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, Kathy just said you showed us a lot more than that.
Oh.
Listen, nothing's getting past these ladies.
All right.
Nothing.
Well, I hope you did a screenshot.
Oh, they're gonna go back and take a lot of screenshots. Oh wait, Tanya's in Long Island. There's a whole bunch of people in Long Island.
Governors, but not the main one. There's a second location apparently.
Like Mick something.
It's called Governors. It's the brokerage. Governors, the brokerage. I don't know. It's my first time at that club.
Yeah. Oh, it's great.
Is it?
So I've done Governors, but I didn't do brokerage. But I think it's not far from there.
Yeah.
They said you have blue undies on, and they're very colorful.
Oh, I do. Yes.
And then somebody else said they saw your clock.
Oh. I didn't know it was going to be this kind of show.
Yeah, listen, it's Tipsy Tuesday. Anything could happen, Kevin. So, I mean, I don't know what I would say if somebody asked me this, but like, what's your goal? Like, what do you want to do? Like, you're doing all these shows. Like, if you could do anything, Kevin, what would you do? Would you keep doing stand-up? Are you writing a book? Do you want to be on a TV show? You're going to write a sitcom? Like, what do you want?
I am writing a book. I got a very nice book deal, and I took 6 months off from shows to write.
Wow.
And it turns out writing a book is really hard.
It is.
It's so time consuming. Oh my God.
Awful.
So I'm doing it. I thought I was going to finish in those 6 months, and I did not.
Okay.
But I'm getting there.
Okay. Well, I don't have a book deal, and I took 6 months off to write it for zero reason. And yes, it is. I'm at about 80,000 words.
Oh,
mine's a memoir. Is yours a memoir?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's gonna be good.
See, they only told me I needed 70,000 words.
So I'm already on.
You're there. You're done. Yeah.
I'm on my sequel. No one's gonna read either of them because nobody's buying them. I'll just keep writing them.
But this is honestly truthful. I don't want anything else. I like being a club comedian. Yeah. I'm fine if this is the end of the road. I mean, I would like, not that was the wrong way to say it.
Are you dying?
I mean, I know a lot of people want a sitcom or something, and if other things came along, I would like the book.
Right.
I wasn't trying for that to happen. It just did.
Yeah.
But I just really like getting out on stage and saying stupid shit. And if, as long as people keep buying tickets, I don't know. I mean, I guess so more than one thing is true at once. I don't want to be touring like this forever.
Yeah.
Because it's hard, I mean, I'm built for it and I like it, but also I'm in Hampton Inns a lot.
There you go. Now let me ask you, let's say we finish the book and it becomes a bestseller. And then
You'll never see me again.
Reese Witherspoon picks it up and turns it into a movie. Who plays you?
Probably Angelica Houston.
Interesting choice.
Yeah.
And you answered. You already knew the answer.
That's just who popped in my head. I don't know.
It was obvious. Okay.
You know what? You know what that movie, the Tina Turner movie, What's Love Got to Do with It?
Yeah.
That was on TV last night, and I was going to say that actress, but I couldn't think of her name, and Angelica Houston is what came
out. Kevin, you're funny. You're a funny guy.
Thank God.
You're a funny guy. So you're living where now?
Well, so I went through, I say divorce, but we weren't actually married. We were just gay. I don't know what that meant. But
Basically the same.
We lived together. We were like enmeshed completely for a long time with cats and a condo and and we separated.
Cats?
What?
How many?
There were 3 cats.
How many cats did you get in the divorce?
1. I got 1 of them. And I only wanted 1 of them.
Oh, you didn't like the other one?
No.
Okay.
No, I mean, but so I didn't know where I was going to go, and I was on the road so much that I just Airbnb'd between shows for a year, for a whole year. I don't know why I did that to myself, honestly.
That's a long time.
But I recently bought a condo in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Okay.
And it's my little hiding spot between shows. There's a neighborhood there that I love, and it's got cute little restaurants. I have a cute little condo. I have my cute little cat. And that's where I go when I'm not doing shows.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
By the way, the answer is Angela Bassett.
Right. I couldn't.
Or Angelica Houston.
Yeah.
They basically the same. No.
Yeah, same person.
And so I, as I told you before the show, got divorced about 3 years ago and ended up writing. So my moniker is OneFunnyMother, and I have been doing stand-up for 22 years under that moniker while married, while having little children. But now, 3 years ago, I was divorced. All my kids moved out. I hit menopause, got pellets in my butt, and started on a dating app. So I felt there's a lot I unpacked, and I'll be happy to answer any pellet questions in the next.
I don't know what pellets in the butt is.
Yeah, you're going to love it. But then started on the dating app, and I was like, I should not be on stage talking about being married with kids. Like, did you find that when you went through your divorce, or like, was there like, all right, I need to change some things up? Like, did it change your stand-up?
Completely. I did a whole hour about my breakup.
You did. Yeah, I think we have to. I think we're like contractually obligated to do an hour about a breakup.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I did it.
I can appreciate that. Now, pellets. What do you want to know?
What does that mean? Pellets in the butt.
Yeah. So during what we'll call the worst years of my life, I hit menopause, and apparently this is all a mystery. Even though women have been on this planet for a gajillion years, we still don't understand menopause. So she says, listen, you're eligible for pellets. So pellets are like, they're about the size of a Tic Tac, and there's estrogen and testosterone. I had 0 of anything. I essentially was about to die. And they get inserted under your glutes. I actually got some yesterday, and they get surgically inserted into your buttocks under your glutes. And then they stay there for 3 or 4 months, and they give you a steady stream of estrogen and testosterone so you don't get like facial hair or hump or anything. Okay. And then, but you just want to have sex all the time.
Can you see them?
In my butt?
Yeah.
Like a little lump?
When you say pellets, it's
the size of a Tic Tac. It's not like I'm walking around and people are like, she clearly had a pellet.
Oh, just one.
Yeah, it's not a whole bunch. It's not like so. Like the estrogen, they're tiny. They're the size of a Tic Tac, but the testosterone are bigger. And said that because I said, do a lot of men get testosterone? Like a lot of women go in because we have lots of symptoms of menopause, but men obviously don't have these kind of reactions. But she said, I get a lot of husbands because the women come in because they're sweating and they're gross and they can't sleep and they gain weight. She goes, so the women come in, they get testosterone, and then their sex drive goes through the roof and their husbands can't keep up. Then the husbands come in and then we give them testosterone.
It's just a sex-filled hormone.
Yes. So when people say, listen, everything's not great, I'm like, you need some pellets. Yeah.
You know what? I mean, I wasted my youth as far in the sex department.
All of us did.
You know? Mm-hmm. And I mean, I didn't really even know what sex was until I was probably 35, 36 years old. No, I'm just kidding.
Can you tell
how close can I get to the camera and it not be
very close?
Okay.
You have the story about the origin story of your person that hates you. Can you tell that story?
Origin story of the person that hates me.
Yeah. Is it Steve? Phil? Hold on. I saw.
You know who I am.
No, it's the funniest thing. And you were like, this is the origin story. And then this is the sequel to the origin story. Come on, how am I reading?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, oh, stop it. I can't believe you're doing this. Kevin, this is just like you. Listen. It's your bit. It's your bit. That there was a girl and she was gonna go out with him, and then you said, girl, you're gonna get blank. And then she was like,
oh my God. Okay, yes.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, right.
Then.
That's my 7th grade arch nemesis Stan. That's
Stan, right. Steve, Stan. There it is. Listen,
yeah.
You need me to come on Sunday and just feed you your bits on stage?
Yeah.
No, I'm happy.
I love that story. I don't do it anymore. That's why it's not on the forefront of my head.
Really? It's
it's in my special. So.
I wish I could say that one day. It's in my special. In my underwear by the fire. That's my dream now.
You should do a YouTube. YouTube is where it's at anyway. Do a YouTube special.
Yeah, sure. Okay. I'll on the list. I'll put it on my list of things to do. Finish the book. Do a YouTube special.
Make a special. Yeah.
Remind Kevin of his jokes. Got it. Yes. You're up. So tell everybody. It's such a funny story. The only reason I'm saying is because you just said, I didn't find my sexual self until later, and that to me is like the funniest story because you're in like
well, if you grow up in that like youth group world, because the whole experience is about not having sex. They drill it into teenagers' brains to don't think about it, don't have it, don't even hold someone's hand, don't do anything. It's Were you in? Did you have anything?
So it wasn't ultra conservative, but I was in a youth group. Like if you talk to Michelle, I was the devil and I was trying to pull her to the dark side. But I was also in a youth group, and everybody, there's like the ring. It's not a chastity ring. What is it? Were you married Jesus?
Yeah.
Yeah, you married Jesus.
I
was like one step away.
Married Jesus? Okay.
I didn't. He didn't ask, but if he'd asked other people.
He wanted to. He totally wanted to.
So,
so into you.
So I get it. I get the youth group, and the crazy thing is that and Joe Coyle, who's here, was in the youth group. Some shady stuff went down in the youth group. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I heard Jesus is on testosterone. So.
He's on the pellet.
Yeah. He had them inserted in his hands.
His hands.
Testosterone. Yeah, okay.
Oh, we're going to get a lot of trouble together. All right. So go ahead. Tell your story. It's so funny.
Yeah. So there was these kids came, we were in 7th grade, and Stan and Tara came to school one day and told everyone they were going to do it, in 7th grade. And so in my world, it's I have to stop that. And I told Tara she was going to get herpes if she had sex with Stan. And I don't think any of them had even really ever had sex before, but it turned into a whole thing. Stan hated me. And that's why I said Stan became my 7th grade arch nemesis. Because I told everyone that he was going to give Tara herpes. Because I thought that if you had premarital sex, like herpes would just form. Because it's a sin.
It is a sin.
Yeah.
So did you ever do the thing where like you snuck out of your house and went drinking? Like, did you ever do that?
So later in 7th grade year, so a friend of mine made me a VHS tape of porn in 7th grade. And then I made a copy of the VHS tape and I gave it to Stan as sort of like an offering. And he invited me to his big weekend sleepover, and we snuck out of the house, like 10 kids running through the yards of Popular Girls. And Stan like grabbed a Bud Light from his dad's like stash in the garage, and we all took a sip of the Bud Light.
Okay.
And got super trashed. And then we went out and like banged on windows. It was scary.
Crazy. Yeah. And I was so my sister, I have an older sister and a younger sister, and they would bust out of the house through the windows all the time and climb out and go party. And I was such a do-gooder. And so if I did sneak out, here's me. I'd be like, Mom, I'm going to sneak out tonight.
You tell your mom?
I would tell my mom, I'm going to sneak out. All right. I just want to I'll be home around 1:30. I was like, but act like you don't know. She's like,
do kids still do that? That seems like something that only we did. Like that didn't.
I don't know. I don't know how they could with Ring doorbell.
Yeah.
It's just too much. You're really doing it's a lot. But the crazy thing is that my sister would break out a lot. But my dad was a state trooper, like a cop for the state. And there was one morning, I guess they were trying to bust back in, and they're busting through this window because it was a bi-level, right? So not a bi-level.
I loved those houses. Those
right where the window is there, and then you had to climb down. So she is trying to push her friend through the window when my dad pulls up on the other side of the house. So he's coming home at 6 a.m. from like some shift work. And my sister trying to push her girlfriend onto the washer and dryer, which were right by. It was this whole thing. And she's like, it was the funniest thing that ever happened. It's just because her butt was sticking out the window. She was stuck in the window. My dad pulls around, doesn't even know. It was so funny. It was so funny. Oh, good times.
Those are the days.
Those are the days.
Oh, man.
It says, I was in a youth group. We had a rule to save room for Jesus. I clearly never listened. My boyfriend, now husband, got me pregnant as teens. You didn't save room for Jesus.
Apparently not.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Wow.
Mm-mm.
No pellets necessary.
No pellets. She didn't need them. Mm-hmm. So funny. So when did you finally really break out of your super conservative Christian shell?
That was right after high school. I was realizing that I'm gay, and in that world, no one was ever going to accept that. And I tried to fight it for a minute, and I was like, fuck these people. I'm going to college to be a homosexual.
What did you get your degree in college in?
Homosexuality. Basically, I was a musical theater major. So,
you can sing because you were in the band.
Not as good as I wasn't good enough. I wanted to be a triple threat, and that was never going to happen. This body, you've seen part of it.
I've seen most of it.
You can't. There's no I can't leap off the floor or anything. I'm too heavy, so I can't dance. I can kind of sing, but not in that Broadway way.
Yeah, no, it's a gift.
And
when did triple threat? Isn't it okay just to be a threat? Can't you just one? Why you got to be double and triple? Yeah. Just be a threat. Just totally. that one thing. Mm-hmm.
I'm fine with it now, but when I was 25, I wanted more.
I know. My son is 25. And he is trying to figure what he wants to be. But he's doing the acting thing. He auditioned for Juilliard and got through the whole first day, but then didn't get asked to go to the next one. So we'll see. Who knows where he'll end up. But it's exciting.
Yeah. Live your dreams.
Yeah. Is there one thing when you're looking back that you wish that you had done? Like, is there like if you weren't a comedian, what do you think you'd be?
Well, and so in the years when I decided to stop touring and struggling, and before I got on TikTok, I
Mhm.
actually opened a photo studio and really fell in love with photography. This is going to be a super exciting part of the show.
Right.
And I really got into taking pictures. Um,
Okay.
I really, no, I really love, and I almost see myself if there's like a time when I can retire or I decide to retire from touring. I think I might just go back to being a photographer.
Hmm.
I miss it.
Yeah.
It's yeah, and I don't even care. It's one of those things like I don't even care if I'm like the best at it or anything. I just enjoy it. It's very relaxing
Hmm.
to me. I love like yeah.
Do you ever do anything with it, like as you're kind of going through different cities and taking
Mhm.
pictures? Yeah.
Me too. Yeah. Yeah, I've been like, slowly collecting images and maybe I'll put out a book of them or something at some point.
Hmm.
Yeah, I love being a photographer. And it's kind of on the back burner now because I tour so much.
Yeah. And what does your family think? Does your family say like, "Oh, we always knew he was going to be a comedian. He's so funny." Was it like that?
My family is very I don't know how I happened in my family. I come from like super quiet Indiana people.
Mhm.
Um my parents were not involved in that crazy church. Like I just got people are often surprised when they hear that. I just got sucked into a youth group in high school. Like my parents weren't really part of it.
That's interesting.
Mhm.
So,
But, they're just like, quiet Midwestern people. They're both retired. I'm kind of an anomaly. I don't know.
do you have siblings?
I have a sister.
Is she funny?
She is funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
What is her job? Is it something kind of artsy fartsy?
No, she doesn't do anything.
You're so funny. So I have 3 kids. My son, who I told you about, he's 25, and my daughters are 22 and 20. And I think it's really funny, like raising kids who are around you doing like they know more comedians than any kid should know because
Mhm.
people don't know any. Um, but now, so my son is a singer and an actor, and he does a lot of video. He's really good at video. My middle daughter is doing stand up and she's so dirty, you'd love her, and she plays cello. And then my youngest is still in college, and she's a violinist and a music major. And I'm like, that's so great that none of you will ever own a home, and you'll probably all live together as roomies.
Yeah.
But it is funny. I think that there is something about growing up in kind of an artist house. Like our house was always just, we're going to start a business. We're going to sell board games. We're going to sell t-shirt, And so,
Now, how did you stop them from rebelling against you and becoming like super conservative, crazy people?
they're very funny. So my middle daughter, the one that does stand up, she was always really quiet. People would say like, "Wow, she's nothing like you. She's so quiet." I'm like, "That's exactly how I didn't talk until high school. Like I was a late bloomer. I think I was people watching even then, just kind of watching people and taking things in.
Mhm.
And so she was probably like 11 or 12. And many moons ago, Kevin, I was Miss New Jersey at Miss America. And so she would go to these things and she could be on stage and do whatever. And she'd say, "First of all, I don't have to be the center of attention. I don't have to have everybody hear what I have to say." She was just so dramatic. She was like, "I'm not going to get on stage." Da, da, da.
She's saying like that's what you do? Is that what she was saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was the inference, Kevin.
Mhm.
And now she's on stage, da, 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 da. And so I feel like, it was never expected that they would ever do anything like this. But we would do videos like how you were saying, like, "I just made a funny video with these kids in it." And so they kind of grew up with it. But you can't ever force anybody into this. I mean, it's so gut wrenching when you start out. It's just such an awful experience. There's no way somebody's going to keep doing it if they don't love it. And so, and actually, my youngest, who plays the violin, is the quietest of the 3 of them. And to me, I think she's the funniest sometimes, just in her facial expression. So you never know, like. And in our house, I made all my kids take a comedy class their senior year of high school. A friend of mine teaches it locally. And I said, I don't care if you become a comedian, but you have to go through this class, because if you can do this, you can do anything. You can get in front of people and say jokes. And so they all did. But you're not allowed to tour with us until you graduate college. So me, my 2 kids, and my mom tour together. So my kids do 10 minutes, I do an hour, and then my mom headlines with a tight 5. And
Are you serious?
yeah. And so she comes out and she'll say, I'm 77 and I got a gig. And she's so excited. And when we get on the plane together, I'm like, keep grandmama away from me. I'm going to kill her. And so we all tour together. So like in this 3-year period, like I got divorced. We lost my dad. All of it was happening at the same time. And so I was like, you've got to find the funny in this. And so that's our tour is called I Love You, Get Away From Me. And so we all tour together. And so it's like there's no other experience you're ever going to have.
Living the dream, yeah.
Your grandmom and your kids, you're all together.
What kind of venues do you do?
So we were doing theaters for a while, but I think that in the last 3 years ago I was touring, we did about 75 cities in a year and a half, like deep in the pandemic. So some of those venues were open, some
super spreaders.
Everybody had to have masks on. It was really crazy how different every city was.
Yeah.
But you know, like you had kind of said, like it was a really horrible time, and I kind of just hid for probably a year and a half. And so now I'm trying to start getting out again. But it's weird. It's the longest time that I really took off in my entire career. But this is when all this happened. So this Tipsy Tuesday we've been doing for 8 years. But we have a morning show, and that really started during the pandemic. Like all my kids were asleep until noon, and I had nobody to talk to. So I was like, let me just go live and see who's here. And deep in the pandemic, Kevin, when this show started, and you couldn't watch TV anymore, like nobody, you're like, I can't watch it. So I guess it was about 5 years ago, and we would have 60 to 70,000 people watching every morning. Like it was so crazy. But
did it start like? Oh, did it?
That's
how viral or something? How did
yeah, I don't know. I mean, just like you had said about the auto tune, like you just couldn't watch TV anymore. And we never talk about politics. We don't talk about anything that's gonna make people crazy. We're just like, you know, especially at that time, you were like, you just want to talk about anything than what was going on. And so so it was really it was a crazy time. And so now, yeah, I'm live every morning for about an hour. Every morning. Yeah. And so I do it when I'm on the road. So like I was in Vegas, but sadly in Vegas, 8:30 in the morning is 5:30 in the morning. So, you know, if I'm in LA, it's like dark out. I'm like, okay.
Is it the same format as this?
Similar. Yeah, for sure.
Are you drinking?
I don't drink. Yeah, no, there's no drinking on the morning show. Some days there should be. But yeah, it's great. I mean, I think for you the same. I think there are a lot of people that come to comedy through social media, but I think that I think it's great when you find comics who have done, you know, 20 years of stand up and have found success in social media and are kind of bringing them together. Because I think, you know, for a lot of us, it saves us in a lot of ways.
And like this didn't even exist like when we started. Yeah. Like the method that brought us to the world didn't even exist yet.
Yeah. Half my kids didn't even exist yet. So yeah, I made a whole family in that time. Well, this was so great, Kevin. How do people find you? How do they keep following you? Give them all the info.
It's all on my website, and it's just my name, kevinjamesthornton.com. But I have a weekly podcast called Call Kevin. It's a call-in show. Like you leave a message and then I listen and respond. I have my specials on it. What?
Wait, what kind of messages are are they asking you questions?
Yeah, sometimes, or telling me a story. It's really random. It covers like everything. So sometimes it's serious, sometimes it's funny.
And it's called Call Kevin?
Call Kevin, yeah. Yep. And but all of my everything, you can find it on my website, kevinjamesthornton.com.
I love it. So did you already do your Buffalo show, or is it tomorrow?
It's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
Yeah, I came in a day early because I'm weak.
You had a bath to take, so why not?
Yes.
And then, so from there, then you go to Long Island.
Yeah.
That's Saturday. And then
Mhm.
Philly is Sunday.
Yes.
And then Baltimore.
Baltimore, Magoobies is on. And actually, it's either Tuesday or Wednesday. I can't remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So if you're around any of those areas, check out the shows, and also check out future shows, because you said, because you're not even halfway through. You're
I
just
really just got started this year. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well,
Yeah.
good. So everybody said, what's the number that they can call you? Did they go to the website?
There's no, I know it says call Kevin, but actually it's on my website. There's a button that says record. You just press it and start talking. That's all, yeah, the button's on my website.
That's so cool. Yeah, they said, we're going to call you. Watch out, Kevin. You're going to get a lot of ladies.
Great.
They're going to all want to talk about your clock.
Yeah.
They'll be like, we want to talk about your clock.
Okay.
So listen, well, thank you so much for being here and having such a cozy fire and no pants on.
Yeah.
We really haven't had that combo yet.
I know. I had a great time.
Yeah, me too. Well, good. Well, maybe I'll see you Sunday. Call me if you need me to like read your jokes to you from the side.
I might need that.
So I know you're tired. So, but this was great. So come and visit us anytime. Let us know when the book is ready. We'll talk about it and tell everybody about it. But it was a pleasure having you on.
All right. Thanks for having me.
All right. See ya. Bye. All right, everybody. So make sure you check out Kevin's show. He's delightful, as we say. And I imagine he'll have pants on. You might not recognize him. So if you go to the show and you're like, which one's Kevin? Because I only recognize him without his pants on. I'm sure somebody will point him out to you. So yeah, he's swell. He is swell. So let's hear from Michelle, sexy producer Michelle, for getting another great guest for us. Tomorrow we have Don on the show, Don McMillan on the morning show. So we are back to back with guests. So some really great stuff. Oh, Susan, you're very sweet. He's so nice, so easygoing. It's so funny. A lot of people will say, oh, did you know him before? I'm like, no, I don't know anybody. But everybody, his website again, I think it's kevinjamesthornton.com. I think sexy producer Michelle put it into, there it is, into the clips. Dang, who else waved to him like we were on camera? And he's super funny. So you can be sure to follow him on Instagram as he sings and auto-tunes all of these great stories that are super funny and super relatable. Are you going on tour? No, I am not. I'm trying to get my life together. I'm working on some things. I got some things in the mix. So stay tuned. Tomorrow night is our open mic night. And if you'd like to join us, you can go to the website, OneFunnyMother.com, and hit sign up. Oh, Kendra, tell your dad we said hi. And sign up for open mic and share your stories with us. Who knows what you'll tell us. And if it's an auto-tune, you can do that too, because auto-tune makes everything better. I know his pizza is probably cold, so hopefully he's just sitting in his underwears, just eating a pizza in bed. That sounds like the best night ever. So thanks for watching, everybody. We have 4 minutes left, but I'm gonna leave early and go to bed, and maybe I'll be on time tomorrow. Let's not make any promises. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching as always, and thanks to Michelle for putting it together, and to Kevin. Make sure you check out his stuff and be sure to follow him. But have a great night, a blessed night, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I'll see you. Bye.